Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Valerie Mills. After what has been a quiet stretch for the tropics, things starting to wake up. We are watching a disorganized system in the central tropical Atlantic starting to make waves, and over the last couple of days, the odds have slowly been increasing. Right now we're at about a 50-50 shot for this to develop in some sort of tropical system here over the next coming days, especially by the middle of the week as it gets closer to the Greater Antilles or the Bahamas. That's when we're looking at the better odds for this to gain some tropical characteristics. As we take a look at the Atlantic basin, all of this Saharan dust has kept things quiet over the last few weeks since Hurricane Beryl and the 3 landfalls it made earlier in July. This Saharan dust, as it typically does this time of year, keeping things relatively quiet, but on the southern edge of all of this drier air, about 50% drier than what these storms would typically be feeding off of, some of these more moist tropical air masses. So you can see it's kind of just on the southern edge of all of that drier air. And as it continues to kind of move to the west northwest, it's going to get out of this drier air and it's going to find some more pockets of favorable conditions. Really, a lot of the ingredients are in place for this to strengthen, but we're still looking at about 7 to 10 days out. So there's a lot that can change here. But as we take a look at the big picture, we've got our Bermuda high. That's going to be the main steering flow for this storm. As we continue to watch it kind of possibly develop over the next few days, there's really 2 tracks that it will take around this ridge of high pressure. One of them kind of interacts with some of the Caribbean islands and then kind of curves it up to the East Coast, somewhere up across the Atlantic seaboard. That'll be this weekend. Early next week, other potential system would bring it up into the Gulf of Mexico. Models seem to be latching more onto this more northern track, so that's something that we'll be closely watching. As look how warm the waters are. We've got mid-80s in the Caribbean all the way up into parts of Florida, the Atlantic coast, even the Gulf of Mexico, up to 88 degrees off the southwest coast of Florida. Plenty of warmth to feed this storm. So I want to just show you one potential look here at our exclusive Fox model. Focus in on these bright purple colors here. That's where we have some of those stronger winds, and over the middle of the week we'll have a better picture as it gets out of that drier air. Parts of the Caribbean, as it starts to approach those areas, should have a better idea of if this storm develops and what the potential track will look like in the coming days if it is able to develop into a tropical system. Notice our exclusive Fox model bringing it through parts of the island, then possibly just off the east coast of Florida, where we could be talking about some stronger winds and some areas of heavy rain. Still about a week out, so make sure you're checking back on the forecast. We'll have a lot better idea of what this storm may do in the next few days. We'll keep you updated right here on My Fox Hurricane.